Good afternoon. I'm Reverend Gregory Toole, bringing you today's Wednesday inspiration. And today's topic is surrender or control. And this is a topic that's fascinated me for a very long time. I would say early in my development, my spiritual unfoldment, I would have moments of surrender and then moments, much longer moments of being in control. And now, it's sort of turned over the opposite way. So most of the time, I'm in that space of surrender and letting go and allowing and being in the flow. And once in a while, I feel like I have to grab back on, because it's that human base level, survival level of like, oh my gosh, it's going so well, everything's going great. I better control this. I better make sure it keeps going great, you know. And it's a very interesting journey that we're all on, like when people, I play tennis and I watch tennis, and in tennis, you'll see someone even at the professional level, they're playing really well and they're just playing really well, and then they're at a key moment or a key juncture, and suddenly they get tight, and when they get tight, it's harder to make those great shots that they were making before because those great shots came from a letting go and allowing the infinite tennis player within them, infinite intelligence, infinite power and presence to move through them in that moment, whereas when we control, it's like I was considering, like, what's the place that we control from, and it's that base level human, almost like at that survival level. So if we look at Maslow's hierarchy, that would kind of be like down at the bottom, as opposed to self-realization being all the way at the top, and surrender being up there in the realm of that, self-actualization or self-realization. So the invitation today is to really look at ways that we could begin to let go, right? Ways that we could begin to allow, ways that we could begin to be in the flow and begin to notice when we need to grab back on, when we need to control, and then to realize that that is that very finite aspect of us. Whereas when we step into surrender, we're really stepping into infinite possibilities, right? I think that's where great works of genius happen, great works of art, great writing, great talks, and all kinds of things happen from that place. Great things in sports happen, right? They say in playing basketball, they say, oh, he went unconscious, which really is that it's kind of like we let go of controlling, right? And we're just allowing that which is in us as potential, infinite potential, to come forth, as opposed to trying to control it, whereby then we start to limit the potential. So it's kind of, I think, humanly somewhat counterintuitive, right? We think that it's more empowering to be in control, whereas the reality is maybe it feels empowering to be in control because that base level human survival instinct is satisfied, but really it's a great limitation. And so today I'm inviting us into considering how much more of your potential can be realized by letting go and allowing. And really, what we're allowing and letting go is we're allowing that infinite potentiality in us to be expressed forth. Right? Within us is infinite creativity, infinite wisdom and intelligence, infinite love, and we're allowing all of that splendor to come forth. And so perhaps in a future talk, we'll talk about, like, how do we do that? What's the how in that? But we have to be careful with that, because if we get too caught up in the how, we start to get back into control. Right? It's like grace. You can't like make grace happen. We can just create the space for grace to happen, right? We can create the opening for grace to happen, but we can't force grace to happen, right? And it's that part of us that wants to be in control that says, well, how do I make that happen? And it's really a subtraction thing. It's a letting go. It's a getting ourselves, our smaller selves, out of the way. So may you surrender today. May you let go. May you allow the great splendor within you to come forth without the need to grab back on and be in control. Thank you so much for listening. Peace and blessings.